am I trying too hard to get people's attention? Am I trying too hard to get laughs? Am I saying that, when someone makes a joke and everyone laughs and that person will then say the comment again? It's such a common thing that most people do. Hey guys, Hector Castillo, Poppy from girlschase.com. Today I want to talk about why women are suspicious of charming men. This is a bit of a frustrating problem that frustrated me for many years, where I knew I was needing to be more charming. I needed to be more sexy. I needed to be more interesting because I wanted women to like me. And if you want women to like you, you need to become the kind of man that they like. If you want bees, make honey. Wait a second. The bees make the honey. If you want to be pollinated, be a beautiful flower. But you're the one who's pollinating. Okay, my metaphors are really shitting right now. Okay, so if you want women to like you, you should be sexy, and we want women to like us. We might want to live in some fantasy world where, well, women should make me want to like them. Well, yeah, but you still have to be likable as well. And in this effort to make myself sexy and charming, I found that I would talk to one girl and I would be charming and she'd be eating it up and laughing and giggling and good. Then with another girl, I would go up to her and I would see a glimmer of interest, and she was smiling and was clearly into me. The signs were there, but there was a wall. And I would feel that wall, especially once I tried to take it further. And they wouldn't give me like a, I'm not interested response. It would usually be kind of some vague rejection where they, would say like, I don't know, maybe sometime, or they would play kind of hard to get. And I would see these different kinds of rejections that weren't just outright, no, I'm not interested. Or they would even say that, but I could tell clearly because, they would talk to me again or text me or just continue to act interested, but say they're not. And I would be getting these mixed messages. And I'm like, okay, well, one hypothesis is that, well, this girl's into me and this girl's not. That's simple. Some people kind of pick up to, well, it's just some girls are interested and some girls are not. It's like, okay, well, that's a really simplistic view of reality. It was clearly, there was interest, but this interest was blocked. And I was like, okay, what is going on here? And then I started to pay attention to some of the comments that a few of these women would give me. Some of them would kind of cheekily call me Rico Suave and say I'm charming. They would make comments like, oh yeah, you probably get a lot of girls, or, you probably say this to all the girls, and ask me, do you do this a lot? Walk up to girls in the street and tell them that they're beautiful. And I would come up with, some witty response, and sometimes it would actually work, and they'd be like, oh, okay, it was a shit test. But sometimes it was a shit test in a different regard, where they were trying to see if I genuinely liked them or not. And when I started to probe deeper into the comments that they made and ended up maybe sleeping with a few girls who were at the beginning a little bit suspicious of me, and had them confess to me what it was that made them not initially bite. And the answers that I was given and the truth that I saw for myself was that they were suspicious of my intentions. Now, I saw it as, well, okay, I'm very clearly trying to fuck you. I'm not hiding this. And I find it that a lot of men sometimes, I think, try to hide it. Either they try to go through the friend zone, they try to pretend to be a wannabe boyfriend, they try to play it cool. And while that last one is a little bit just having good game, I would see guys playing this game and I'm like, she knows you want to fuck her. You're not fooling anyone. And so I would always think that if I'm not being very upfront, I'm being somewhat deceptive. And this maybe is a little bit true, but shades of it are not. And so I was really confused by this because I thought, okay, well, at least I'm being honest. At least I'm being upfront in my body language or in my words and in my actions that, I want what I want and I'm telling you it. But there was still that wall. And so I said, okay, she likes me. I'm being honest. And then I thought, okay, well, are these guys who are just hiding their intentions and being a, like a shade manipulative, like, is that the right way to go? And that was the questions I had to ask myself. And I said, no, that's not how I want to play it. There's times to play it cool and there's times to be coy, but it's not normally my go-to move. And I didn't want to become that. So I said, okay, well, what do I need to change to make myself get past this suspicion and this wall and this barrier? And the realization that I had was, okay, a woman could like you, and women like sex just as much as men, in some cases more. I mean, they orgasm much better than we do, and they're some kinky motherfuckers. So they like this guy, me, whatever. They like sex. What's keeping them from just accepting the situation? Then I realized from talking to so many girls and watching how their life works and trying to get into their mind and say, okay, how is a woman viewing this dating world? Because we see it always from our perspective. If you truly want to understand seduction, you need to go into the female mind, which is very possible. It's not some impossible wall that could never be breached and it's just mysterious. No, you can get into it. You can talk to them. You can see for yourself what is true and what's not in your results. And you can reflect and empathize with women. And so I saw that, okay, since they were, going through puberty and hitting their teenage years, they knew men wanted to fuck them. They are not oblivious to this. I've talked to women from every walk of life, every demographic, different nationalities, languages, races, ages, and they all said they know that men want to fuck them. And they would tell me, I knew early on that men wanted to fuck me. Sometimes I was, very shy and I was afraid of it, or, I was a little bit more confident, the girls who were, a little bit more sexually active. But I always knew it was there. I always knew that sexual interest was there because I could see it on their face. I could see it in their actions. So I began to become suspicious. And I, meaning the woman that I was putting my head into, this Hectorina, I guess. If I was a woman, how would I be seeing this? Okay, all these men are wanting to fuck me, and every time they're being nice, every time they're, offering me things, wanting to spend time with me, you kind of get this suspicion that they're all trying to fuck you. And when this happens, imagine if you were rich and you started to get the impression that a lot of people want to hang out with you because of your money. Whenever they know they hang out with you, there's going to be nice places, cute girls, adventures, and usually if you're a charitable rich person, you're always providing. Well, you're going to find yourself with a lot of friends, but this is going to piss you off in time, and you're going to be angry that these people want to use you for your money. Women go through the same thing. They are feeling as if everyone in their life is just trying to fuck them. And they, of course, they do like sex, like I said before, and they may like this guy, but they want to feel. I teach you to be very sexual and upfront, but of course, it should be understood that women want to be seen as more than just a pussy to fuck. So where do we learn how to jump that suspicious wall and show them that even if we do want to fuck, even if we do have only sexual intentions, how do we not raise that suspicious wall, that eye of suspicion? So the answer to that question lies in charm. Very long way of saying it, right? I wanted to build you up into understanding where that suspicion of charm itself comes from. And that suspicion of charm comes from the knowledge that all women know you want to fuck them. And when you go up to her and you're trying to be charming, she knows pretty much right away what it is you want, what is your end goal. But you need to show, for the most part, in most seductions, you are going to have to show some interest in her personality. You're going to have to show some level of real, who's the real Hector, other than just, he wants to fuck me. Where is that real Hector? Sometimes that real Hector is not going to be charming in the sense that I'm trying to charm you. Sometimes charm is going to be acting very normal. And so I want to teach you how to become charming in a way that isn't try hard, and charming in a selective way that shows the women you're going after that there is more to you than just your charm with the intention of fucking her. So, if we want to become attractive to women, we must be charming. But where should we stop? And where should we just lay back and relax? Or how should we express that charm in a way that doesn't make them suspicious? So there's a few ways to go about it. The ways that I learned to kind of fix my problem where they would give me shit about being the player. This kind of goes into the player paradox. You get really attractive, but the more you get attractive, the more some women start putting up those walls and thinking you're a fuckboy. So you need to know when to turn the charm off. You need to know when to just be real, when to be relaxed. And you need to know how to make your charm seem effortless. So let's go with the first part. When to turn off your charm. So when you first walk up to a girl, yeah, you can go in and be like, hey, how are you? You're very beautiful, nice to meet you. That's charming. You're putting on the smile, you have the tone of voice, you got the body language. However you're expressing it, some guys are really outgoing, some guys are a little bit more reserved with it, but you're still putting on that charm. Once the conversation gets going, or once you're on the date, once you're home with her and you're hanging out, what I want you to do is, when you see her maybe becoming a little bit aloof or a little bit guarded, when you start to see that wall come up, what I want you to do is to pull back. Because what's happening is that she's feeling that charm energy, which is a very assertive energy. It's like you're kind of emanating it and pushing it out there. You know, you may not actually be touching her, but as she can kind of feel like you're coming closer, even if you're not. It's this energy thing. So when you start seeing a wall going up, there could be many reasons for the wall going up. So this is more tended towards guys who are in the intermediate phase, but it could be guys in the beginning where they're maybe trying too hard. When you see the wall come up, just pull back. Just recognize, okay, it could be that I'm trying too hard. So let me not be so charming, because what she's gonna see from her angle, on her side of the coffee table, you're being like all charming. Then she's feeling something about you, and it isn't necessarily perfect. She might still be flirting with you, but it's not good. So she starts to subconsciously pull back. Her body language, her eye contact, she's thinking, some thoughts about you. Then she sees you relaxed, and she goes, oh, okay, all right, he's not putting on that act anymore. Is he still trying to charm me up and butter me up? Oh, okay. He's just relaxing, he's talking in a normal tone of voice, he's not trying to be funny with his stories, he's not cracking as many jokes, he's not smiling so much, he's just being real. Is this the real Hector? Is this the real guy? What is he beyond just his charming self? Because the charm makes her attracted to you sexually, but it's the almost lack of charm that is going to make her be attracted to the, I don't want to say real self because it's very vague, maybe the flaws of you a little bit, and also the normal parts of you. Like, they're not necessarily flaws, but they're not like charming, your good spots, right? It's like seeing a music video on TV. It's all perfect, everyone's beautiful, everyone's in shape, everyone's rich, but it feels plastic. You want to show just the normal parts of you. And so when she sees this, she's going to think, okay, maybe there's more to this guy and he isn't just here to fuck me. I'm not just another one of his girls. I'm not just another notch on his bedpost. So you lay back and you relax. I mean, it comes down to your fundamentals. It comes down to the words you're choosing and the tone of voice. So da-da-da-da-da, come back. Okay, yeah, sometimes you can space out, how you're gonna express this, just pull back. And she'll see a different side of you and won't be so suspicious of you. Okay, so now the second part is you need to make your charm not try hard. So the secret to power in this world, when people are watching it, is that the amount of effort that you put in to get the laughs and attention, we're all doing it, we're all playing this game, so don't pretend that, you're not part of this charade that we're all kind of dancing in. This effort that you're putting in is inversely correlated with how much results you're getting. So if you're putting a lot of effort in and you're getting a lot of results, it's good. You're a very charming guy, you're good at charming people, but you're really working hard. It doesn't look as powerful if you were instead putting a little bit of effort. I almost got my I have these like invisible like meters in my mind where I'm trying to demonstrate to you. Flip it, Hector. Okay, so the lower effort and then the higher results. Now, low effort and low results is still bad. You still have to be charming. Don't mistake this as you're not trying anymore, because people say, the best way to do it is not try. That's literally not true. It's kind of some Zen pseudo bullshit that people come up with to try and be wise, but it doesn't really work. So little effort, high results. So however it is that you are as a person, gregarious, introverted, you crack a lot of offensive jokes, you do absurd humor, whatever kind of personality you have, start training yourself every day with the people that the McDonald's worker giving you your order, the mailman, your boss at work, your friends, your girlfriend, the girl you're gonna go on coffee with on Friday. Everyone, start changing your habits and start asking yourself, okay, do I try too hard? Am I trying too hard to get people's attention? Am I trying too hard to get laughs? Am I saying that, when someone makes a joke and everyone laughs and that person will then say the comment again? It's such a common thing that most people do, and I catch myself doing it. I'll make a joke and then everyone laughs, and then I just repeat the same phrase, and everyone kind of gives like the extra chuckle, but then I was like, okay, why don't I just let the joke, it was the joke, let it go. So little details like that in your life, the way that you express yourself, that's how you minimize your effort. And the more that you minimize your effort, but maximize your results, gotta get my levers good again, you're going to be getting better results from women, because they're not going to bring up that wall of suspicion where you're trying so hard, because they see all the other guys that are trying fancy things. They're coming up with fancy Tinder openers. They're, doing the cheesiest pickup lines. They're trying hard not to seem interested, and then all of a sudden they're interested. Take everything you're doing and try and notch it down 50%, 75%, and mess with those percentages and see, can I still be charming without trying so hard? And then you'll find that perfect balance. It'll always be a work in progress, but you'll be learning the art of charm. And the art of charm is minimizing effort and maximizing results. And at the same time, you're having spurts of charm, as I went over in the first example. You know when to do it, and you know when to let the charm off. And that, ironically and counterintuitively, but it makes sense once you think about it, is actually gonna make you more charming in the end. So that is how you avoid women being suspicious of you being just another fuckboy, another ladies boy, another Rico Suave trying to get in their pants. You are trying to get in her pants, okay? Maybe you want a relationship, maybe you just want a one-night stand. It's all up to you and her. You dance your dance together. But if you want to have a better seduction, a more honest seduction, a more genuine, sincere seduction, then be careful with how much you're expressing that charm, and manage your percentages and your invisible levers, and know when to be charming and when not to be. Cool. Yeah, Hector Castillo, Poppy from girlschase.com. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, ring the bell, follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you soon.